Sit, turn, type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Two times every time I come up in the show, the one thing I gotta make my big complaint about is the weather. We're in October, ladies and gentlemen, and why does it still feel like I'm in summer? 75 fucking degrees in New York City. Let's do us a favor. Stop ball dragging. Stop flirting with the possibility of the changing of the weather and just let it happen. All right. Let me go through my hay fever. Let me go through my allergies. Let me just get this over with, just so I could get the feeling and sense of the nice shade of blue on my fingertips when the cold hits. I am a cold person. Let me be cold. I'm still running my AC. It's bothering me. It's getting on my damn nerves. Let's cut it down. Condescend loves me. I pay a nice chunky bill for it, but even still, fine. Just get me the weather that I want. Please, just do that for you. What's going on? You, the listener. Hey, how you doing? It's me. Been cutting back on the multiple episodes a week because I'm juggling so much with the rolling out of New York Wrestle Media. I know it's still rolling out. You think it's 2 months in already, and although we do full episodes once every 2 weeks, but it's still a grind because preparation, lining up interviews or the co-hosts, make sure all the material's set, and getting everybody what they want. So it's not an easy thing, but it's my thing. And Turnbuckle Tabloid. I told you guys also on this for this platform as well for us here. I'm going to be doing a lot more content on Turnbuckle Tabloid on the podcasting outlets, and also doing more visuals. So yeah, whichever way you can get the show, I appreciate it. Doesn't matter to me. It's fine as long as you're listening and partaking in my ridiculousness of what I consider the world of half-naked people arguing and yelling at each other, trying to prove to each other that they're the best at what they do, but in reality, we all know it's predetermined, and we still love watching it, which is pro wrestling. So, as always, I'm the Norm McDonald of this segment, and you're listening to Weekend Updates Wrestling Rundown. I gotta cue the music when I come this week. I gotta set that up in the video portion. Yeah, gotta make sure I get that done. So, starting off this week's Bleacher Report being shut down by everyone. I believe Bleacher Report is not going to be running anything, but we know pretty much that it's not going to be running for AEW. This past week, we've learned that it's going down. AEW has transferred over to Triller to run their pay-per-views, and good for them. Bleacher Report was a horrible streaming site. Sorry, guys, but it was terrible. Always problematic, always issues. I remember when the first time I went to order a pay-per-view on Bleacher, I actually had to go through Amazon to do it. I went through Amazon. Bleacher didn't actually run it, and I had to get in contact with the customer service of Bleacher Report with my complaint, and they told me to go through Amazon. Amazon gave me the volley back and forth, and I said, you know what? Fuck it, take the L. But somehow, some way, miraculously, I got my money back. Don't know what it was. Don't know what occurred. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. And I'm glad that they offer Bleacher Report. Thankfully. Next up, SummerSlam will be 2 nights. And look where it's going to be at. Ho, 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 New York City. It was announced that 2025 in August, we will be seeing the 2-night event occur for SummerSlam, and I'm happy that they actually went to this next level. Thankfully that they smartened up and they realized that, yay, we need more bang for our buck, especially for the big shows. I don't assume that they're going to be doing that for every other show, but SummerSlam and WrestleMania are like the two, I guess, the grandfathers of wrestling extravaganzas, as they would say. So let's I don't see that happening for Survivor Series. Rumble, maybe. Rumble might get a 2-night. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. It'd be cool because you get Royal Rumble one night for the men's, and then the next night you get the ladies. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Let's keep that in mind. So yeah, that's that'll be pretty interesting. So there has been discussions that Triple H has been making creative changes when it comes to his team. We've seen how changes have been made with the roster itself pertaining to how the days off are given. You know, wrestlers are getting family time to see. Never would have been even closer occurring in the day and age of the McMahon era. Hell, even in any wrestling era. But Triple H, being a family man himself, he understands the importance of being with family. Also, with the creative side, no more late night phone calls from creative or anyone in higher up positions. This used to be a common practice with the Vince era. Vince, who states that he only slept maybe 3 hours a night, a day, whatever you want to call it, would be constantly giving updates to his creative team. He'll call him 4 o'clock in the morning while he's in the gym on a treadmill or lifting weights and, you know, instructing orders or giving direction, or trying to get insight on what they're doing creatively for the next show. And Triple H has put a kibosh on that. Good for him. Good to see that that's occurring, and, you know, showing that when the clock is off, the clock is off. You don't need to take that shit home with you all the time. So Swerve had mentioned on a episode of The Breakfast Club, if you know what that is, it's an urban radio show here in New York City. It's Power 105. We've learned that WWE did reach out to Swerve, but not him directly. It's seen as though that they reached out to his camp and didn't think like the numbers were matching up, and I believe that he was just probably happier where he's at. Well, good for him. That's, you know, maybe down the line he can make a return, but right now it's not the spot for him. He's doing I believe he's doing a hell of a job. Not AEW representing him properly and should be displaying him well, but I believe that he's been doing one hell of a job with the with his ability there at AEW, and I believe that he could be on to bigger and better things there as well. It's up to AEW and their plans for him down the line. But yeah, speaking of individuals who have a camp, so there was a conversation that was going across the socials. It was especially lit by the owner and runner of Game Changer Wrestling, GCW, Brett Lauderdale, who made comments about independent wrestlers who seem to have a team and who have agents and such and have less than 40 matches under their belt. And he believed that anyone who has less than 40 matches in their belt should be still setting up the ring and should still be putting together the chairs and taking down chairs and taking down rings and closing up shop, whatever. So it comes to many people's belief that he was talking about Zilla Fatu, because Zilla was booked for a GCW event recently, and out of nowhere he was taken out and was removed. So many believe that that was the conversation, and a lot of people were in a belief that he was right. I don't know who's right, I don't know who's wrong in these situations. I'm not in the business, has nothing to do with me, but just my thoughts is, listen, you got a kid who's coming in from a legacy status. You're booking him for a reason. You know, Would you book him if his last name wasn't Fatu? Who knows, right? But you knew you was booking him because of where he's coming from. You're not booking him because he's the next great fucking Bruno Sammartino or fucking Bret Hart. You're booking his name. So of course you're gonna know what the baggage is. So if the person in question that is talking about is Zilla Fatu, then my opinion would be you knew what you were gonna get into when you were coming in to making this agreement with said individual. You were gonna book his flights, you were gonna book his hotel, and you was gonna hope that he was gonna draw money for you. Was he gonna main event? Was he gonna curtain jerk? Whatever the case may be. You were booking him for his name. And if that's the target that you were trying to aim at, well, you know what? Maybe that person wasn't for your company. You did better business without him. Killswitch, also known as Luchasaurus, was recently hospitalized. Seems as though that his wife had found him passed out in the living room. It seems as though that he was having some respiratory issues. As of recently, the update states that he's doing much better. There is no exact timetable for his return, but all speedy recovery for Killswitch, and take your time, buddy. The business will still be there. Don't worry about it. You ain't losing the gig. Speaking of people getting healthy, there's individuals who are just passing away, and I don't laugh, but I'm just saying because of the transitions that I do in the show, it's just fucking weird. Seems as though that WWE Hall of Famer Pete Rose has recently passed away. And it's funny that you say it as WWE Hall of Famer Pete Rose, but not Major League Baseball Pete Rose. The man who has been known as Charlie Hustle and as the most hits in MLB history has passed away at the age of 83. And the man will not get the opportunity to see himself go into the Hall of Fame. Pete Rose was synonymous with not only his love of baseball, but his love of gambling on baseball as well, which kept him out of the Hall of Fame because he admitted to betting on the Cincinnati Red games in which he player and managed at the same time, which is a big no-no in sports. But the hypocrisy now is that how open betting is to this day and age, right? Now, betting's everywhere. Hell, they have a team in Vegas. Come on. We got sports teams in Vegas. That was a no-no back in the days. But now we see that a lot of people who are crying to say that he should go in posthumously to the Hall of Fame for the MLB. Well, it looks like that might not happen because as of, I believe it was in 2017, Pete Rose admitted to having a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old. Yeah, that's an essay, people. Yeah, that's not acceptable, and I think that's going to be the thing that keeps him out of the Hall of Fame for the rest of, well, not his life because he's already passed away, but just career-wise itself. So at least I know that he's in the WWE Hall of Fame, and who knows anything about sexual allegations more than WWE, right? Come on, right? Ilya Dragunov looks like he's going to be out wrestling for 6 to 9 months with an ACL tear. I just hate when this shit happens, man. It's like right there. But the gentleman is still young of age, and he'll be back. And I believe that he's going to be one of those that does the big comeback as well, like AJ and Randy, and he comes back like super buff. And you're like, what the fuck happened here? No, I don't think he's going to be that big. But I can see him get into a regimen like how CM Punk is, that kind of cut. I can see him come back with that size. I don't see nothing crazy. But no speedy recovery. Take your time, sir. As I mentioned with Killswitch, take your time. The wrestling business will still be there for you, bro. Dynamite and Collision with the new deal will be simulcast on Max and everybody's like, well, that's cool. It is cool. But the question is, how will it affect the ratings? I joked about it with Ileana Nata Grande on our Facebook page, on Turnbuckle Tabloid Facebook group page. Check us out there, like, subscribe, follow. And it seems as though it's like, oh no, what the fans are gonna do? And I'm like, well, that's how the fans judge who's the better show, because who gets the highest ratings, right? Tongue in cheek, it's fucking funny because that's the stupid shit that wrestling fans base fandom on. What's better? But I look at it more as for the advertising, what's going to happen occur there. You heard my note, my comments on it, on the cutting a promo on the AEW deal. So I just think that it's going to be interesting how they're going to look at this and how they're going to believe they're going to answer for, I guess, low ratings and the success on what it's doing on Max. How many subscribers have Max? Like, how many people have Max right now? We'll see. Braun Strowman is on the injury list as well with Ilya Dragunov. This past Monday night, he received injuries during that hell of a match with Bronson Reed. It seems as though that Braun sustained a groin injury, and even the thought of that pain that goes into that area. I remember as a gymnast, I would yes, I was a gymnast at one time. Don't judge me. I remember as a gymnast at one time, I was afraid of getting those pulls because it's a tough recovery to come back from. It's that inner thigh, but yeah. So once again, same thing with Braun. Don't worry about it, fam. The company will be the company ain't gonna let you go. You're their monster. You're not going anywhere. Nikki Bella's put a restraining order on her husband as of this point right now. She is seeking a divorce from a long-time hubby, and looks as though that's on the skids. And it seems as though the husband as well is putting out an order as well. It's gross how things get disgusting in the business, and it's unfortunate that these happens with marriages. This is why I didn't get married. Nope, I was okay. I was fine when I getting married. I was fine. It's a business arrangement, and sometimes things get just sloppy. Hopefully everything pans out, especially when you got kids involved. It's not a good look. It's really not. I had to mention this because it's fucking hilarious. So apparently in the UK, they have. I haven't took a sip, especially with my drink with a straw in it. I'm very fancy today. I'm always fancy anyway. Love my caffeine-free zero sugar ginger ale. So apparently they have a character in the UK named Gain. He's a parody of Kane, but he's a homosexual. He comes out in a rainbow outfit, and I got to tell you, I fucking love it. I want to see it. I want to hear like just the flamboyant version of the song. I love it. I want to hear like the techno version. I want to hear like house mixes of his theme. Oh my god! And you know what? If I could do it with AI, I would fucking create it. I definitely would. I need to see this. So if there's any way that they could bring Gain to the US, I'll be there 100%. Fuck that shit. I'm all up on it. Where's my bell? Congratulations to the man, the myth, Self High Five. Diamond Dallas Page has signed a Legends deal with the WWE. Long time coming. DDP is a man that I highly respect in the business. Got into the game very late in his career, in his life, as a wrestler. I know he was the Diamond Stud. manager and such. He was the former strip club manager and such, and loved the business, but never knew, if he could really go into it. And then finally, he took the bull by the horns, started learning the craft, and became one of the biggest names in WCW history. One of the biggest faces at that time. And you just couldn't wait. You thought the RKO was something of a masterful viewing when you saw it. The Diamond Cutter, whenever he was able to pull it out, story has it that he had told Randy Orton to take the Diamond Cutter and just enhance it, make it his own. But yeah, man, congratulations to him. He's doing great work with other outside of the ring with his DDP yogurt, DDP yoga, and being such a positive role model and a individual who's able to get people who are on the skids back in shape and getting their life in order. So congratulations to him. It's well worth it. And I can't wait to see him again in the 2K games, because that's what everybody's saying. That's all you're looking for, is for him to get into the 2K games. That's it. Oh, and the DDP shirt. Definitely got it. Okay. I said it. I showed it already. But you know what? Who really gives a shit? Congratulations to Candice LeRae. As a matter of fact, as of this recording, you've probably seen it already, or it's going to be out. I think this upcoming Wednesday. Candice LeRae is the new Speed champ. Well, congratulations to her. I like the fact that they have them doing stuff like that makes me feel good. At the same time, let them walk out on TV with the belt. Let them show what the belt is. Give people a reason, put more eyes on the product so they could see it on Twitter. So they know what people are wrestling for. I don't think that's a bad thing. So Candice LeRae, congratulations on your title reign, and the title win. Your reign hasn't even started yet. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns. Shut up. And yeah, man. Am I watching it? But still, I just like the fact that it's out there, right? And this is my Bad Blood review, and I put the 2Ds there because that's what it was back in the 90s. I don't know if they did. I don't think they did it here. No, they only had one D. My Bad Blood review for this week's Wrestling Rundowns main events, and yeah, I have to say, I went in here not expecting much, but I really, really did enjoy this pay-per-view. I was a huge fan of what they did here. I know some people, I talked to some who believe that, maybe some of these matches shouldn't have been on there. Some of them look like they could have been done on SmackDown, on Raw, whatever. But between you and I, don't they all look that way? And is that a bad thing? Because now it's telling you that, maybe some of these matches are, maybe Raw and SmackDown are getting a little bit better. Who knows? I don't know. But it's up to the eye of the beholder. But just to give you a quick synopsis of what's going on match per match. The first match, of course, was a curtain jerker, which was the we had CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell. And man, I'm very happy to say that, yeah, this was probably one of the best matches that they've had, Hell in a Cell wise, in quite a long time. I was very happy to see that they put together such a phenomenal match. Even in this spot right here where they took the table leg and used it was something different. I remember me watching Hell in a Cells before and just thinking I can call the match myself. I go, okay, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. But no, this one was a little bit more intriguing to me to watch because what they pulled out. There was a big discrepancy. I know what was going on where people were possibly upset with the toolbox shot to Drew's head and all the blood that was spewing. And everybody's like, well, when AEW does it, everybody complains. Then WWE does it, nobody says shit. Tribalist bullshit. Listen, regardless of what it is, anyone getting hit with a clean shot with a metal object is not good for the business. Okay? It's not. Nobody's condoning that. The one thing I can say is that it's not a common and consistent practice on WWE. It's not. They don't do this often. AEW makes this a habitual thing. They do it on their regular shows. They do it on Collision. They'll do it on Dynamite. This is the only thing that I could say is different. Also, I do believe that when it comes to Drew and Punk, the rivalry is there, of course, but there's a trust in that ring. There is that moment in which you know that someone's going to say, lay it on me. And you're like, you sure? Yeah, just lay it on me. And they're going to do it. I do have to say that bloody, yes. Was it necessary for the blood, all of it? It's a blood feud. What do you want? It's a blood feud. The end, CM Punk pulls out the win, has the chain around his knee, gives the GTS, which what prelude, the prelude for that was we had Drew trying to hit the Claymore but missed and landed on the steps, and we got a win there. Like I said, one of the better matches, if not, yeah, it's in my top 3 nowadays. Yeah, it is. It's in my top 3 now. But yeah, guys, there's no comparison here, right? Next up, we have. The producer showing me by yourself. This is what happened. Yeah, I was kind of like off put with the whole back and forth with the VIP section. Listen, I understand you're in Atlanta. Atlanta's lit. My peoples is out there. You know what I'm saying? We out there chilling, Metro booming. Everybody's out there getting lit. They made sure to emphasize that anybody who's connected to Atlanta was out there. Later on, we will see specifically who I'm talking about. But we had Nia Jax versus Bayley for SmackDown Women's Championship. And I gotta admit, I was highly impressed with Nia. Nia really tried to show that she has wrestling skills. I was impressed. Good for her. There were certain spots in the match. I know that she maybe tried to attempt a Hurricane Rana and such, but okay. And yeah, she got gassed early on. But she was trying. She was trying. I'm not gonna be. I can't take that away from her. She didn't look as rough and brutal as she usually would, but I have to say that she was doing her best here, and I was really surprised with that. Bayley, of course, showed out and is the star that she is supposed to be. I know a lot of people she gets not so much love from the fan base this day and age, but Bayley's a constant pro, and there's nothing that can be said about her wrestling skills and such. Leave that to what you want. But right now, Nia is the queen, and we'll see how much of that resonates. We get of course, possible Tiffany Stratton cash-in during the match. We had a possibility that was going to occur. Did we really think that was going to happen? Oh, the spot with the referee, I was like, Nia landed on the referee. I was like, oof, wow. That's not that might hurt. But yeah, Tiffany gets a possible look to the cash in. Nia gives it a look, but we get the interference distraction by Tiffany. I loved it that Bailey caught the Money in the Bank briefcase and threw it back at her, supposedly to knock her out, and that's how Nia got the win. But good women's match for me. I was pleased to say that I enjoyed it. It was a fun finish for me. Next up, we get another one at that was a possible banger for the night. We get Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. People tend to forget you sleep on my boy Finn. Like Finn gets it in, man. Even though he's in his early 40s, Finn still moves like the Finn of yesteryear, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. Finn can still go. Just to people to know, like, recognize real. Damien, of course, is looking menacing and as always. Just to know that the fan base is still behind him the way it is just a great thing, man. There were talks that they're going to be separating him and Rhea and have them go in their different paths, which is cool. I don't think that their business is done with Judgment Day, but for them to go their separate paths and handle business their own way, it's needed. This match itself had everything that clicking wise, power, skill, technique, drama. It was all there. We all expected some kind of Judgment Day run in, some kind of interference, something along that magnitude. We were waiting for it. But what we got was two men who were sitting there putting on a hell of a match. After two coup de grace to the back that didn't drop Damien, it seems as though that even after the JD McDonough tried to interfere, Damien was able to pull out the win here. Does that end the feud with them? I don't know. I don't see it happening, but we shall see. We then get the announcement from Triple H. We were all wondering, we were in the house, we were always sitting there going, are they going to introduce the women's title, the mid-card title? And that doesn't look like it's happening as of yet. But we get the announcement that at Crown Jewel, there will be a champions match for a Crown Jewel title, which, by the way, trying to get a good look at it. That is a sexy belt. That is a really nice belt. I don't care about the premise of it, but I do like the fact that this is an investment, and I like the way that they're putting some importance into the reason why they go overseas to the Middle East and stuff. So the champions will be squaring off against each other for said Crown Jewel champion. We'll have Gunther versus Cody and Liv versus Nia for said respective titles. So it's not a bad look. With that being said, we had a interruption by Gunther, who wanted to say hello to the Atlanta crowd. He was out there getting lit as well. Because your Metro Dome. But in any case, Gunther went out there to say what up and wanted to show some love to a fellow Atlantean, as they may call him. Wanted to say hi to Goldberg. And he had mentioned at one point that Goldberg was favorite all time, and he retracted that. And yeah, Goldberg was none too pleased about that. Are we going to see a Gunther Goldberg match? Yes, we are. We are going to see a Gunther Goldberg match. It's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to occur. I'm with it. I just hope it's not going to be as long as people think it is. Goldberg ain't giving you 10 minutes. He ain't going 15 with Gunther. I believe, who was it that mentioned it? I don't know if it was, no. Someone had mentioned that a match with Gunther and Goldberg should be a squash match. And it's like, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Doing this whole brouhaha, we get Sami Zayn who jumps in and it becomes a whole schmaz. Oh, is it really a schmaz? Not really, because it wasn't a match, but it kind of was. In the end, we had Triple H raising the hand of Goldberg to the crowd, and that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a fun time. Next up, we get Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. They were really getting it in fucking in the VIP room, right? By the way, gotta love Dom, right? Gotta love Dom. Dirty Dom pulling up in the throwback, back, you know what I mean? Convertible, hitting them switches, coming out with the baddie. And of course, Dom had to go into the cage. This is such a old wrestling gimmick, and I think that it worked so well with him, especially him being the typical slimy heel that he is, and how much heat he gets. Rhea was so delicious. Oh, thank you. This is just a to me, I looked at this as a match where it showed that Liv is a great worker, and as a heel, she makes, even though of course Rhea is the monster fucking woman here, that she could hang with her for a bit. The big spot for me was damn fucking Dom dangling off the fucking cage. Like, I mean, maybe 20 feet. He's up there, right? Maybe 20 feet. And that's an ill spot, because I don't care what you say. I'm trying to find the spot now, but I don't care what you say. Him hanging, first throwing himself off the cage, and then him hanging and dangling off that shit. He could put his leg out. He could have fucked up a hip bone or some shit like that. He could have get pulled out of the socket. Shit. Nah, I ain't trusting that shit. But nonetheless, I love the spot because Rhea pulls out. I'm still trying to. He got the there. He goes get the cage open. Rhea pulls out the kendo stick, and when she starts hitting him, I'm immediately like, is this kind of racist? Because it's kind of saying that he's a pinata. Like, is this kind of racist? I think it's kind of racist. So, the end, we get a shocking return of Raquel Rodriguez. I kind of believe that she should be gone. She should be with Judgment Day anyway. She needs to be the muscle. And Rhea screams out here, "Happy birthday to me." Raquel comes out, and pretty much Mr. Q, the referee did the right call, calling it a disqualification. She went to go drape Liv on top of Rhea, but the DQ was called, and Raquel Rodriguez is back. I would have liked for her to come back in a lucha mask. I know she's dealing with the MCAS stuff, and her in the mask would have made so much sense and have been so cool. But, you know, it is what it is. So Liv Morgan gets the win here. Finally, we get to the main event. We get Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Who would have thunk it, right? By the way, did you guys like the whole Cody entrance? You had the whole HBCU marching band around the ring playing the theme, and then when his music hit, they played along with him. I thought that was pretty cool. Everybody's like, "Yo, fuck that, fuck the mask, bro. We got to get that mask out of here, man. We got to get the mask out." I'm kind of on the same boat as well. Big pop, big return for Roman, of course. Got a big pop for him. Everybody loves that man. I was watching this match, and I'm like, no Diddy. That's what we're saying these days. I'm like, not for nothing. That's a fucking good-looking dude, bro. Like, if I would be a monster out here in these streets looking like fucking Roman. It'd be ridiculous. I'll be out here. Oh, man, listen. I look like, man, look at this dude. Even without the body, just the face and the head, man, please. It'll be Rap City, bro. Any case. Nothing crazy here to expect during the match. It kind of was a little slow for me, back and forth. I kind of was, not too involved with what was going on. But business picked up after a while, especially when Cody leapt off the top rope onto the outside announcers table. And then, excuse me, Jacob was actually doing, getting in some shit as well. But, after a while, like I said, it just became, look what I can do. You got Cody coming to the top, and then bam. And we were waiting to see what was going to occur, who's going to get the W here. I actually thought that the Bloodline was going to get the W here. But we get a figure. Well, first we get the other part of the Bloodline showing up and trying to intervene. But then we get somebody out the crowd who pops up. And the pop is crazy. Jimmy is back. Ooh, bye. Ski Mask Murray with the ransom notes. Jimmy's out there getting it litty, makes his return, helps Roman and Cody get the win here. Ooh, my man rocking the big Herc around the neck too. We heard about that, boy. So, yeah, got the big win here, and congratulations to them. Big returning for Jimmy and Jay. We were about to see a beatdown occur on after the cousins embrace. They walk out together, give the head nod to Cody. It's like, all right, we good. Business is done here. We can move along. We're going to handle this together. But then we had the Bloodline commencing to pouncing on Cody. Roman hesitated for a little bit to make a run back in, and sure enough, they cleaned house. And that's going to wrap it up there. We've heard stories of what happened after. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I almost forgot. There was another surprise that happened. And luckily I didn't walk away from the TV, because we have the return of The Rock, handsome Squidward. He is back, and I'm interested in seeing how this plays out. I don't know what the whole 1, 2, 4, 5 shit was. I don't know what the hell was. But apparently he was getting lit in the back, so he probably was like a little twist. And yeah, The Rock is back. Let's see how that's going to play out. We also heard news that during the press conference and such, this is though Kevin Owens attacked Cody from the back. Interesting. Didn't do it live. It was during social medias that we saw it. And yeah, I like that. I like that kind of story. But other than that, going to wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check us out on all the social media outlets. Make sure you check us out on all the podcasting outlets here, and make sure you check us out on the YouTubes. Like, subscribe, be a part of the vibe of all things connected to wrestling here in Circle Tabloid. Make sure you check us out. Of course, at New York Wrestle Media. New episodes are out right now of the Third Announcers Table. Also coming out this week is we have History and Headlocks. We'll have another episode trying to get an episode. We didn't buy a ticket for this out this week. Also, new episode. We're gonna have a new episode of Under the Ring Apron, as well as, of course, Call It a Pinfall. We'll have episodes of that as well this week. It's jam-packed week on New York Wrestle Media. Make sure you check us out there. And as always, guys, thank you guys for checking in and showing love. And big shout out to all you guys who have been supporting and following and still got your love for wrestling, man. That's all it's about. And as always, I'm gonna check you guys in a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn, type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.